Good morning everybody and welcome back to another vlog. So as you can tell, I'm starting this vlog a little bit later in the day than I normally do because two reasons actually. First one, I washed my hair last night and I went to bed with it wet and I woke up and I looked like a tree. I just looked a mess. And the second thing is I have a really bad back and I didn't sleep pretty much the whole night because of my back pain. I have a back condition that causes me so much pain and pressure on my back, and I'm not going to go into it now. Maybe I'll do a separate video on that. But it was just an awful night and I just woke up this morning looking like a tree crossed with a zombie, and I just didn't really feel comfortable vlogging this morning. So we have gotten up, we've got dressed, we've all had breakfast, ready for the day. Don't have too much planned today. I want to get a bit of housework done. I also need to pop to the shops. I know I did my shop a few days ago, but there are some things that I need to get that I didn't get enough of when I did my weekly shops. That's milk and bread and some juice. So I am going to pop to the shop this afternoon and get that sort of stuff, and it's a beautiful day again today. It's so sunny outside, so I think we're going to make most of the weather and head outside.
There's a place I have found in the shade on the ground, far from all worries and troubling sound. When I go there to be by myself, only me, no one can guess what I came there to see. There's a sun in the sky, there's a cloud drifting by, all kinds of birds make you wish you could fly. And in the distance I see someone waving at me. I hope that it's you, but who else could it be? I guess it would be nice to belong in your arms. I hope you feel the same way too. Na 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 na.
Okay, so I've been a terrible vlogger today and I haven't actually recorded anything since I last spoke to you this morning. So since then we have just been playing outside, we played inside, I did some housework, and we've all had some lunch as well. I'm sorry I didn't pick up the camera. I think I filmed like a little montage of me doing some housework and George and I playing. But since then I've tried to put George down for a nap. Hasn't really gone very well. So he's currently in his room with my partner. He's playing and he has an afternoon snack as well. And I thought it would be a really nice idea if I went through George's memory box, and I thought it might be quite nice for you guys to see, and also my family and friends that watch this as well. I haven't now seen them for what, coming up to 8 weeks, like obviously like everyone, and I thought it might be quite nice because I know they watch my videos, that they might be able to see some of George's memories as well. So this is stuff that I've just collected and put in here over the last like 2 years, and I've never really gone through it. It's in no particular order because I've just been chucking things out. Sometimes I get things out, but I haven't just sitting on through the entire box. So I thought it might be quite nice if I sit and did that. So yeah, let's just begin. The first thing I can see is so many pieces of clothing. So the first one then is this really tiny baby grow, which is from Tesco's, and it is tiny babies. I think that's like their premature range, which is like one below newborn. And obviously George was a premature baby. He was born almost 7 weeks early and he was in intensive care for some time, so we needed to find baby grows that were going to fit him. And actually the hospital was really good. They did actually have some baby grows that they gave us, which was really kind of them, because obviously we didn't know he was going to be coming, so we wasn't prepared, we didn't have anything. And then all of my family, they did manage to find some things. I thought this one was really cute because it's just got like the year he was born, which was really sweet. And then this is just some of his first Christmas stuff. So I remember him wearing this little like elf thing. This shirt was really cute. I really liked this, and it came with this little bow, and he looked adorable when he wore it. So he had multiple outfits obviously at Christmas because he made such a mess. And then this one that he went to sleep in, which is really cute. It's just like a Santa baby grow. So moving on then to some of the things that he had when he was like actually a newborn. Oh god, I haven't seen this in so long. So some of this then is all from when he was in intensive care. So this went like around his foot or his arm, and then it just clipped to the machine, and this was his breathing or his heart rate monitor. So he had multiple wires attached to him. One was for oxygen, one was for his heartbeat, and one was for his temperature as well. I can't remember exactly which one was which, but it's just crazy seeing them, like that his foot or hand used to be that small. Yeah, like I say, I'm not sure which one is which. Actually, this one is his heartbeat, because I remember this would clip onto him and this would clip in like a little machine at the end of the bed, and it would beep if something went wrong. And yeah, I'm not sure exactly which one's which. This is obviously the clip that was on his belly button. I wasn't that weird, I didn't actually keep the bit that fell off, but I know a lot of parents do. This is the really tiny wristband that he had on. I can't remember if it was around his foot or his hand when he was in intensive care. And that one was mine from when I gave birth, obviously. And that's just like another cuff. I think that was his blood pressure cuff. But it's just crazy seeing all of this. Another weird one. I kept a tin of his first ever formula milk that he had. So obviously, as I said, he was premature, so I couldn't breastfeed when I was in the hospital, but I did express quite a bit. So when we used to go up to the hospital every day, I would take all the milk that I had expressed, and he would drink that through a feeding tube that went through his nose and then down into his tummy, or he would then eventually move on to having a bottle. But when we came home, we just found it so much easier to use formula, so I kept his first ever tin. These are some scans. So this is from November of 2017, and I think it says somewhere here how far along I was. I was 10 weeks and 4 days. I don't know if you can see that. I was really worried though. I thought these were his lips, and I thought he was just going to have really pouty lips when he was born, but he didn't come out like that. The next thing then is a really nice like memory book, like a keepsake thing, which the nurses and the midwives actually made for us when George was in intensive care. It was just a really nice memory sort of thing that they did for us. So I can't exactly show you everything in here because there are pictures of my partner, and due to the nature of his job, we're just trying to keep him off camera. So yeah, I won't show you the pages with him on it, but for instance, here we go, these ones. So basically what they would do is they would just put pictures of him and then write like milestones and achievements that he did that day. So whether it was how much milk he had managed to drink, or you can see here that he actually came out of the incubator, that's just now in a cot, and that was his little temperature ducky thing. But it was just a really nice keepsake idea, like this one here. We had the tape measure, and if they measured him, more pictures of him. That was when he was 1 week old, but I thought that was just a really nice idea, and they did that not just for us, they do that for everyone that has a baby in intensive care. I think it's a really nice idea because they're not just there to be nurses, they're actually there to be like a support system for you, which is really nice, and they really were. They really just helped me through a really difficult time. We've got quite a few like birthday cards and Mother's Day cards that I've kept from people, and all like his first Christmas cards and things, which I just thought I had to keep. Oh, another piece of clothing. This was his first like Halloween outfit. I'm not really sure what it was, but kept that, and a Halloween bib as well. So this next thing then is something that we was given when he was in intensive care, and this is Oliver the Octopus, and this is made by a company called the Octopi Project, and they are a charity. I'm not sure if it's like a local charity or whether it's like a national thing, but basically they are there to help and look after premature babies and also support the families as well. And this was just with him in the cot the entire time, and we got to bring it home. And it was just something really, really special, saying that the octopus would look after him when his parents weren't there. So yeah, this means a lot to me. This one's really, really lovely. So I told you there's some really weird things in here. This is the car parking ticket that we have kept from the night that he was born, because my partner had to go and move the car from where it was originally parked to a different car park. So this was the car park ticket from when he moved the car then. These are some pictures from when we booked a private gender scan. It was just after Christmas, and we had some Christmas money. We wasn't really sure what to do with it, and we wasn't going to find out what the sex of the baby was for another month, and we was really desperate to know. So we booked a private gender scan, and they give you some photos here. So this is the one where it says it's a boy, and I thought I was having a boy. Lots of people thought I was having a girl, but I kind of knew I was having a boy. And we also got a sample of the 4D scan as well, which they are just super creepy. I don't know if you can see because it's quite bright up against a window, but They are really, really creepy. You can just like see where his brain is and everything, but it's just crazy that there is just like a full, you know, fully formed hand. But yeah, it's really nice to keep all of these, and I gave one to all my family members as well, which is really nice. They also gave us, it's actually in George's room, but they also gave us a teddy bear, and they managed to put George's heartbeat into the teddy bear, which we've got next to some other of his like close teddies that he has that are special to him. But that was just like a really nice thing to have, because then I always felt really close to him, and I had it with me quite a lot as well before he was born, and also when he was in intensive care. It was a really nice thing to just have with me all the time, especially when I was at home at night time, and I wasn't with him. It was really nice just to sort of feel like I had him close. So there's a few more cards. Oh, that's not a card, that's a scan. So we've got a few more scans here. I'm not sure when these were dated from. These are still before Christmas, so I think I was only like 4 months pregnant, maybe? Yeah, I think I was about 4 months pregnant in these ones. And then these ones was the 1st of January, and this is when we would have found out what gender we was having if we went through the NHS. And obviously you can tell there that he has grown quite a bit more since the last ones that I showed you. This thing makes me really emotional thinking about it. So when George was born, he had jaundice, and his levels were rising every single day, and they did like a heel prick test and tested his blood every single day, and one of the things he had to have was some phototherapy light treatment, and because obviously the light is so bright and it can be really damaging to the eyes, he had to wear this all of the time, and it just made me really emotional thinking that he's just come into this world and he could see things. That was already a big change for him, and then it quickly changed again, because then he had something always covering his eyes, so we spent a lot of the time, we didn't really go out at all when he had this on his eyes, because we just wanted him to know that we were there, and we was holding his hand all the time, and we also wasn't allowed to hold him and get him out either, because he had to be under that light. The only time we could get him out is to like change his nappy or to bath him or to feed him, so we really cherished every moment when we had to feed him when he was under this, because you know, that was really, really emotional. But luckily he was only under there for, I think it was 2 days, so it wasn't a long period of time in comparison to what some other people have to go through. This is my consent form to having a cesarean section. So like I said, I went into labour 7 weeks, almost 7 weeks early, and my waters just randomly broke, and in the end the cord was wrapping around George's neck, so his heart rate kept dropping, so in the end they whisked me off for an emergency C-section. I won't go into the details too much, but if you haven't watched my labour video, I will link it up here and I'll put it down below. It is quite a lengthy one, and it does get a bit, not gory, but I do go into quite a bit of detail, because I feel like other women that might want to watch that video, if they go into labour, some women can go into labour and not actually have the baby and just ride it out preterm. So I thought it might be a nice idea to make that video, so it might help some other people. I remember when my waters broke, or I remember when I was having contractions, and I also lost my mucus plug a week before I gave birth, but no one sort of believed me. They said my mucus plug would grow back. They did that test on me to see if I would go into preterm labour, and they said no, you wouldn't. So I panicked, obviously, because that's what I do, and I spent that entire week watching labour videos at around 33 weeks, and they really did help me, like in comforting me in case something was going to happen. Little did I know that it was actually going to happen, but I felt like I was in a much better position knowing what was going to happen and where my baby, like where George might be if I did give birth. So they really helped me. So I'm hoping that that video that I said I'll put up here, and I hope it will help some other ladies as well. That's why I went into so much detail with it. Anyway, getting off the topic, so this was my consent form, just saying that I need to have the cesarean section and what all the risks are and things. And I was just talking to my partner about it actually, because I was so off my head on gas and air. I don't even remember ever signing this. So it probably would have made more sense if he signed it for me, but I don't remember signing it, and I could have signed George away to someone. I didn't even know what I was signing. Here's another really special thing from intensive care. So these are really, really tiny muslin squares, and because obviously your baby is in intensive care, you can't bring them home, so you're allowed to be with them pretty much whenever you want to be. So these were really, really cute little muslin squares that the nurses gave me, and what I would do is I would basically just keep it tucked into the side of my bra or down my top, because then the baby would recognise the scent and know that it's me. So I would keep this tucked in my top all day, and then just before we were about to go home, I would take the muslin and I would put it under his head or by his face, or give it to the nurse, and then he can sort of smell me, and then whilst I then go home, I would then take another one home with me and keep it in there again, and then I would just keep replacing them. So he always felt like he had one of us close. But when I saw this earlier, I did look through this earlier, like I saw certain things and I looked through the side. When I saw this, it did choke me up a little bit, because this is just something that I always felt close to him, and I just kept it with me all the time. So that's like a really nice memory, and I've only got one of those. I'm not sure where the other ones went. I think maybe I gave them back and they were washed. But yeah, this is really sentimental to me, that one. This was George's first ever colouring, so we're getting like a bit later. I think this was the October of 2019. I think this is when I went to lunch at Bill's. But as you see, this is wonderful artwork. I think this was mine and this was more his here, but I thought I would keep his first ever drawing. And obviously this is his baby book, which I feel really bad about because I haven't actually properly filled it out. I have all the pictures and I have all the dates and things, so I think I do need to sit and go through this and actually fill it out properly. But obviously in there is all like the baby names we had for him, and also like family members that came to visit, all the names of the nurses and the doctors and the surgeons that looked after him are in there as well. And I remember that my mum made me one, and I love looking through it if I go to her house, so I thought I'd do one of these for George because he might like to look through it when he's older. Although I don't know if boys are the same, but I really love to look through mine. So that is pretty much everything in the box. The only thing that's left in there now is a few more cards and some like balloons. Oh, these are his scratchy mitts. So if you don't know what scratchy mitts are, if you don't have a baby, are basically just little mitts that you put over the baby's hand because they're so prone to scratching their face. But looking at that now, and George's hands, you know, are so much bigger than that now. It's just crazy that that would have ever fitted him. But yeah, that's everything in the memory box. I'm just going to keep adding to it. I think at some point I'm going to have to get another one because I am running out of space. But I just think it's a really nice thing to keep everything, all of his firsts. And one day, when he's old enough to actually understand, I will sit and go through it with him so he can see things as well. Okay, so I've just got back from the shop. I bought all the things like I needed. I only really went in for like 4 or 5 things, but they are things I couldn't really wait for my next weekly shop to get. But whilst I was in there, I stood in the queue for like 20 to 30 minutes, and I thought it's just such a nice day today. And then as I walked in, they just had like a big stand of like disposable barbecues, and we've been looking for a barbecue, but they've been out of stock online, or we can't get them delivered to where we are. So I just bought one of those disposable barbecues for like £5, and then I bought some like barbecue food to go with it. So I just picked up some sausages, some burgers, some like burger cheese, and we have some chicken in the fridge that has to be used. So I bought this Nando's peri peri rub that I think might be quite nice to have on the chicken, and then like some chicken bites, got burger buns, and then also like a chicken and bacon pasta, and then I'll fry up some onions as well. So my partner's just in the garden already setting like the mini barbecue up. I'm just going to prep some of that food behind me, chop some onions and start frying them off. George's toys are all outside, so we're just going to put even more of George's toys outside, get the table and chairs out and just sit outside, have a really nice evening. And the sun's still out, so I think normally where we are it starts going down at like 8 p.m, like the other side of the house, so it gets quite shady and gets a bit cold, so we've got a good few hours to spend outside and have some dinner. All your sorrows in the summer city, you'll never feel alone as long as you're with me. Get rid of all your sorrows in the summer city, there's no place on earth I would rather be. So it is a little bit later now. It is about 7:15. We've had dinner, we've come inside because it's starting to get a little bit chilly outside because the sun sort of like rises in our back garden, if that makes sense. So the sun's like way over our house, so it is a bit chilly now outside. George has had a bath. He is now just having some milk, playing with some toys, and of course you can probably hear it actually, watching his favourite film ever, which is Lilo and Stitch. And we are just preparing to do the NHS clap at 8 o'clock, which is in a few minutes time, well like 45 minutes time. So I'm just getting the kitchen cleaned from after dinner, and then it'll be time for George to go to bed. I'm so sorry if this vlog has been 1 boring and 2 completely all over the place. I just feel like with lockdown at the moment, the vlogs that I like to do on Sundays, there's not much that I can really record or do at home without it feeling really samey. So I quite like the idea like of doing the memories earlier in the vlog. But if you guys have any video ideas or requests or anything that you'd like me to do, then as always, please leave me a comment down below because I'd love to hear your suggestions. I've got some video ideas lined up and they'll be coming out in the next few weeks. So if you like that kind of content and you like my channel, please consider subscribing to my channel because I would love to have you. It's free, and I post motherhood, lifestyle content, a bit of entertainment, or I try to, and also that weekly vlog as well. So yeah, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you. Oh, someone's come to say hello. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you so much.
My heart just can't ignore that I've never felt before.